your first time walking into the theater. The lights dim, the curtains part, and suddenly you're transported, wrapped in a sense of wonder and connection. Theater ignites the power of creativity. It helps us find our strength within and teaches us to see the world in new ways, with empathy, courage, and perseverance. Theater brings us together. It gives us permission to dream and to find the power to be. For over half a century, TheaterWorks USA has been a national guardian of creativity and community for children and families. Together, we can continue. Together, we can secure a future of belonging and belief for every child who looks up and sees a story. Their story. TheaterWorks USA.
Please welcome to the stage Artistic Director of TheaterWorks USA, Barbara Pasternak.
Welcome, everyone. I want to thank you for joining us this evening. It's so great to see so many old faces, new faces. This is a fantastic event, and it always feels, it always feels like family. I want to ask you, how many of you remember your first time? Not that first time. The first time you ever saw live theater. Raise your hand, raise your hand. Yes, awesome. Do you remember what the show was? Anybody, shout it out. Yes, so many different names, yes. So my first show that I ever saw when I was 5 years old, my mother made me a special dress, a little red velvet jacket, and my dad took me to see Stop the World, I Want to Get Off with Anthony Newley, which is about a man who has sex with a lot of women around the world. Clearly, TheaterWorks USA was not around then to introduce me to live theater. But I know that we all felt the anticipation when the lights went out, and we felt transported to a world for another hour or two, and we all, and all of the kids, remember the applause. So your generosity tonight enables us to provide millions of young people and families with that first experience, an experience that is exceptional and truly transformative. And tonight we are here to celebrate a group of exceptional and transformative members of our extended family. The wonderful Lisa Chanel, the wonderful Holly McGhee, and the wonderful Andrea Burns and Peter Flynn. They are all deeply committed to our mission and to the belief that arts enrichment for young people is essential. And this year, thanks to Seth and James Wesley, Stars in the House will stream the event to theater lovers across the country, which seems appropriate since TheaterWorks USA tours everywhere. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce our host for the evening, Tony Award-winning actor, TheaterWorks USA board member and alumnus, the fabulous Chuck Cooper.
I'll give y'all 3 days to stop that. Thank you, thank you. I would also like to welcome everyone to tonight's benefit and express my gratitude for the invite to be the host of this event. You guys look good. This is a room full of good-looking people, good-looking, generous people. Fabulous. It's an honor to contribute to an extraordinary organization like this one, because TheaterWorks USA nurtures not only emerging audiences, but emerging artists, too. Providing a first professional opportunity for theater artists is an important part of the company's mission, and it's a valuable contribution to the industry. My roots with TheaterWorks USA run deep. I was taken under the wings of this institution at the very early beginning of my career. I left home in Cleveland, Ohio for New York City in the bicentennial year of 1976 with $200 in my pocket, an ample portion of bravura and naivete, and the dream of becoming a professional actor. 2 weeks into my New York odyssey, an audition for what was then known as PART, Performing Arts Repertory Theater, my dream became a reality. Jay Harnick cast me in my first professional tour of young Mark Twain. Yes, and that is how this veteran of 17 Broadway shows got his equity card. I was taken under the wings of this incredible theater that Jay Harnick and Charney Hull created. And I refer to it as being taken under their wings because I was now in their nest of theater artists, actors, writers, directors, choreographers, stage managers, and designers, all of us making a living wage, creating evocative, educational, and entertaining theater for young people. I didn't realize all of that back then. All I knew was I had a gig and I could pay my rent. And I got my union card, which enabled me to get other gigs. I had no idea that the nurturing and protective wings of this theater would be so broad. The Young Mark Twain and Freedom Train tours that I did for TheaterWorks sustained me for the early years of my career and created lifelong friendships. And not too long ago, my friend, Joy Kelly, one of those lifelong actor friends who I met on Freedom Train tour, who now directs for TheaterWorks USA, hired my son, Eddie, to do the role that I played in Freedom Train and gave him his equity card. My roots are deep. And here I am today, profoundly grateful for the blessing that TheaterWorks has been in my life as an artist and a proud member of the TheaterWorks USA board and your host for tonight's benefit. And now, without further ado, to kick off this evening's celebration, and y'all, this is gonna be kicked off because y'all don't know who's just about to come on up here. Lord have mercy, y'all give it up for the one, the only, Miss Lillias White and Seth Rudetsky. I know her, she's a personal friend of mine.
Thank you all. Thank you all so much. Thank you, my beloved Chuck Cooper. We go way back. And I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to do what we do. I'm currently starring in Hadestown.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen it, get your tickets first thing tomorrow. Because we're having a good time and we're telling a wonderful story. Now, this young man over here, we go way back as well.
Yeah, and hi, Lillias. I saw her first night in Hadestown. So when Peter, Flynn, and I were putting together the Funny Girl concert for the Actors Fund, Lillias was slated to do People. And then we lost somebody, and Peter Flynn was like, oh, what about giving Lillias Don't Rain on My Parade? And I was like, what? I was like, she will not sound good on that. It does not show, not that she won't sound good, I was like, it's not gonna show off her amazing fluidity, her sustain. I'm like, absolutely not. So I'm walking my dogs, and of course, Lillias is around there. Always, whenever there's a dog, there's Lillias. And I was like, Peter Flynn wants you to sing Don't Rain on My Parade. Anywho, and she was like, it's my audition song. It's got me every single Broadway show ever. And I was like, huh? It's like, maybe it would work. Cut to standing ovation in the middle of the number that night. Peter was right, I was wrong. That's why we're honoring him and not me. Now, Lillias, here's the deal. You're doing 8 shows a week. You have an option. Do you want to do the key you normally did it in back in the day, or should I try to transpose it?
Well, let's see what we got. Okay, we haven't rehearsed this because he's very busy, and I'm doing 8 shows a week. He's doing 12 shows a week somewhere. So just hold on, we're gonna find the right key.
Well, you know what we could do? Let's start in the original, and then just look to me, and I'll take that shit down. If it's killing the vote.
No.
What do you want?
What's the last note?
I'll try. So normally what we did before, you guys, can you private
Just talk
please?
among yourselves.
Yeah.
We'll tell you when we're ready. Woo, baby. Okay, what's the next key? That's the low key?
That's
The low key is high.
Okay, we're gonna try it.
Here we go. Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly, I've simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Who told you allowed to rain on my parade? I'll march my band out, I'll beat my drum, and if I'm fanned out, you'll turn it back, sir. At least I didn't fake it, sir. I guess I didn't make it. But whether I'm the rose of sheer perfection or freckle on the nose of life's complexion, the cinder or the shiny apple of its eye, I gotta try once, I got to fly once, only can I once right, sir. Oh, love is juicy, juicy, and you see, I gotta have my bite, sir. Get ready for me, love, cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. I'm gonna live and live now. Get what I want, I know how. One toe for the whole shebang. One toe, that bell will go clang. Eye on the target and wham. Gunshot, one gunshot, and bam! Hey, TheaterWorks USA, here I am. I'll march my band out. I'll beat my drum. And if I'm fanned out, you'll turn it back, sir. At least I didn't fake it, sir. I guess I didn't make it.
Yes.
Get ready for me, love, cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer. Nobody, no, nobody is gonna rain on my parade.
Still got it.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Seth Rudetsky. Thank you all. Have a good night. Thank you.
I tried to prepare y'all, but there just ain't no way. Thank you so much, Lillias and Seth. That's an incredible way to start the evening, I would say. Don't Rain on My Parade gives me a great opportunity to mention our silent auction. One of this year's most exciting packages includes 2 house seats to see the Broadway revival of Funny Girl starring Lea Michele. Lea has graciously offered to host a backstage meet and greet with the highest bidder, okay? So please, pick up your phones, and for those of you watching at home, where's the camera? For those of you watching at home, you can scan the QR code on your screen or text TWUSA to 61094 and place your bids. Every dollar raised through our auction supports TheaterWorks USA important mission. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce a fellow TheaterWorks USA alumni, Tony Award-winning composer and lyricist of this season's breathtaking revival of Parade, which happens to be featuring my son, making his Broadway debut. Y'all welcome, please, Mr. Jason Robert Brown.
I love following Lillias White. Nice low pressure spot. I would like to, if possible, just lower everyone's expectations considerably. Just crank those babies way down. I am an alumnus of the TheaterWorks USA family. I did work on Paul Robeson All-American, which is, I think, one of the few shows at TheaterWorks that has the distinction of only being produced once. But perhaps like Parade, it's time for a revival. Anyway, but I think the reason that I'm here is to help pay tribute to Andrea and Peter. I've known Andrea since we both went to summer camp together when we were 12 years old. And we were in the cabaret troupe together, and she doesn't like me reminding everyone, but we were in fact Mr. and Mrs. McAfee in Bye Bye Birdie. And we did do the pony in the middle of Kids. We have had a substantial artistic collaboration since then. Most significantly, she was one of the 4 actors in the original production of Songs for a New World. Thank you both. And then the incredible gift that Andrea actually played the role of Lucille Frank in the national tour of Parade. And even though Andrea and Peter were together at that point, we did eventually bring Peter onto the tour as well, and so I still think we're responsible for their marriage. While we were on the tour, I was conducting the show every night, and there's a song in the show called You Don't Know This Man. And because I was conducting and because it was my old friend Andrea and because a tour can sometimes get a little monotonous, we began sort of engaging with each other, me in the pit and her on the stage, in ways that were just sort of little inside jokes. But one of the things that we started doing was there was one phrase in You Don't Know This Man that kept getting longer and longer every night. You don't have the right to know a man that wise and good. He is a decent man. And then by about a month into the tour, it was a man that wise and good. He is a decent man. And then by about 2 months into the tour, it was a man that wise and good. He is a decent man. And then there was one night in Seattle where we were up to that moment, and I was in the pit, and I was conducting, and I did it this way. You don't have the right to know a man that wise and good. He is a decent man. And she looked at me after the show was done in the dressing room, and she said, "What happened to our moment? We had a moment." And I said, "I know. The thing is, it's just This is a song from Parade. It means cancel all your parties, forget your big parade. It means the crowds will not be cheering, so despite what you've been hearing, you can lay down your spade. It means my mother can stop crying, my rabbi's eulogy can wait. It means that Dorsey can stop dreaming and my cousin can stop dreaming of his portion of my estate. It means no, this isn't over. No, the date's it's not set. No, I won't wake up tomorrow drowning in my sweat. It means I've got the greatest partner any man can get. It means I'll never, ever, ever underestimate that woman, 'cause this is not over yet. Tell my uncle not to worry, tell the reaper not to hurry, make the hangman stop his drumming, 'cause I'm coming into town to win the day. Somehow I haven't, with my scheming, screwed things up beyond redeeming, and we're finally on our way. And no, this isn't over. Hell, it's just begun. Hail the resurrection of the South's least favorite son. It means I made a vow for better. Two is better than one. It means the journey ahead might get shorter. I might reach the end of my rope, but suddenly loud as a mortar, there is hope, finally hope. And no, this isn't over. No, we aren't through. No, there's still a million things that you and I can do. And I would never have believed it, the things I see in you. It means a man who isn't guilty doesn't have to walk the plank. It means the gallows still are vacant, and we've got my wife to thank. It means you shouldn't underestimate Lucille and Leo Frank, 'cause this is not over yet. Take that, Lillias.
Please welcome to the stage Tracy Stein and Judy Prince.
I'm waiting for Judith, but boy, if you haven't seen Parade, it's so beautiful and so moving, and to watch you perform it is an incredible gift. Thank you so much for doing that for us tonight. My name is Tracy Stein, and it's my pleasure to serve as the board chair for TheaterWorks USA. On behalf of the TheaterWorks Board of Directors, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all once again and to thank you all for being here and to thank our performers. It's really just so really inspiring and such a gift for all of us. Tonight we celebrate TheaterWorks' resilience over the pandemic and the many years and our renewed commitment to our nation's young people. I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge each of you for helping to make this evening possible and for supporting our efforts to bring exceptional, transformative theatrical experiences to hundreds of thousands of deserving children and families in diverse communities across North America. We give special thanks to all of our benefit sponsors. The contributions are crucial to our organization, and they will be used to increase access to our programming across the country, and we thank you. I am proud to stand here tonight as board chair beside Judith Prince, one of the organization's longest standing board members and also a former board chair, as we present Lisa Chanel with our TheaterWorks Legacy Award. Bring Judith up.
As the chair of the board of TheaterWorks USA, I first met Lisa Chanel via the phone when I was interviewing her to join the board of directors. As I was talking, I noticed there were all sorts of noises in the background. She then told me she was standing under an awning of a restaurant to get out of the pouring rain while we were talking. Later, I discovered Lisa did not carry a lot of things with her, just her phone, with a credit card, a MetroCard, and an ID attached to the back of the phone. She didn't even have a brush or lipstick, which was incredible, because she always looked so glamorous. She felt that was all she needed to navigate NYC. Certainly an umbrella would be just another burden to carry. I knew at that moment this was an extraordinary woman, since I have to carry everything but the kitchen sink in my handbag. Shortly after she joined the board, she became part of the committee I was then chairing to find our next managing director. She and I had almost daily conversations. Finally, I asked her if she would consider being the chair of the committee. To my relief, she said yes. The committee was the same mind, the right person to be found as quickly as possible was necessary. Time was of the essence. Thankfully, we hired the exceptional Michael Harrington a few months later, shortly after Lisa had left for France. She was still part of the meetings via form again, but this time from Paris and not in the rain. Lisa's next position occurred when I asked her to chair the board of directors of TheaterWorks USA. Again, she said yes. I was thrilled. Every chair has something new to tackle. Lisa had the challenging task, along with our incredible staff of TheaterWorks, of helping to keep us afloat during the pandemic, when everything in New York, including Broadway, and the whole United States where we tour, was shut down. Without her leadership and her generous support, we would not have survived. Thank you, Lisa. It has been a pleasure working alongside you, Lisa, for these memorable years. You have become more than a colleague. You have become a dear friend to me. It gives me a great honor to present Lisa Chanel this special TheaterWorks USA Award. Please join me in welcoming this evening's first honoree to the stage, Lisa Chanel.
Thank you, Tracy and Judy, for such a wonderful introduction. It wasn't so long ago that I was doing the same thing for Judy and thanking her for her service. I am humbled to share the stage with tonight's honorees. Congratulations to Holly, to Andrea, and to Peter. I would like to thank everyone who's here tonight for being here to celebrate TheaterWorks USA. Your support helps keep the plays coming to life, the actors on stage, and the shows on the road in front of audiences. And thanks to the generous donations of benefactors like yourselves, millions of children and families throughout the years have been able to see amazing TheaterWorks shows performed throughout the United States, many of them for the very first time. I have had so much fun working with TheaterWorks, watching rehearsals, attending read-throughs, seeing full-length shows performed in front of thousands of children, and especially on Broadway. I've loved learning about the process, and I've also enjoyed getting to know and work with my fellow board members and the amazing TheaterWorks staff. I highly recommend joining a not-for-profit if you can. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Barbara Pasternak, who introduced me to TheaterWorks. I would like to thank Barbara and to thank Michael Harrington, our executive director, who together with a wonderful staff so ably run the company and ensure that the quality of work they produce remains fun and interesting, moving and relevant, and not just for children, but for their families as well. And while I talk about families, I want to thank my own who have shared in the experience with me, attending show rehearsals, stage productions, and benefits such as this evening. This has definitely been much more entertaining to share the experience with loved ones. Finally, I would like to thank the TheaterWorks board, who is so kind in honoring me tonight. I hope everyone enjoys their evening and the brilliant performers who have come out to entertain us and allow us to share a moment in their light. Thank you.
Congratulations, Lisa. Your impact on TheaterWorks USA has been extraordinary. There are thousands of children across this country who have seen TheaterWorks USA. Before we move on to our next performance, I want to remind everyone that our silent auction, okay, it's very important, will be closing at 7:50 p.m. Don't forget to place your final bids before it's too late, okay? In 2002, Tony Award-winning composer and TheaterWorks USA alumni Lynn Ahrens and Stephen Flaherty premiered A Man of No Importance at Lincoln Center. CSC's revival this season opened to critical acclaim. The musical celebrates the transformative power of theater. Here to perform Princess, Shereen Ahmed, accompanied by Stephen Flaherty.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Yes, we just did A Man of No Importance at Classic Stage Company. It was a wonderful run. So the show takes place in Dublin, 1950s Dublin, Ireland, not Ohio. And it follows a bus conductor who wants to put on Oscar Wilde's Salome in his local community theater. Well, he's having trouble finding his princess, and he comes across a woman on his bus route and asks her to play Princess Salome, and here's her response. How can a girl who's from someplace north of nowhere be a princess? What in the world would make you think that I was qualified for playing the part? I'm from Roscommon, where the major entertainment is to sit outside the pub and want to fly on dog shite. I'm not joking. They have their football and their Bibles, and they don't believe in art. Here stands a shop girl who puts prices on the produce, not a princess. My royal palace is the back room of a boarding house, brick wall of fur. Brought up in Roscommon, what's the use pretending? I leave the fairy tale ending to the people such as you. They don't raise dreamers in Roscommon, only onions and potatoes. You can only talk about
possibly Roscommon was wrong.
I don't suppose I'll ever have another chance to play a princess. And here in Dublin it appears that the prevailing minds are not quite so small. I swore I wouldn't spend my life back in Roscommon. I'd be someone going someplace they would never dream of. The only dreamer that Roscommon will be able to recall. Seems like Roscommon raised a princess after all.
From Broadway's New York, New York, joining Steve at the piano to perform The Human Heart from Aarons and Flaherty's Tony Award-winning Once on This Island, please welcome my friend, Janet DeCole.
Hello, everybody. So, when I was asked to participate in this event, and I knew that Stephen Flaherty would be at the piano, it was a no-brainer for me to choose this song. Not only for that reason, but mostly because this song was central to Peter and Andrea's wedding. I wasn't there, because I didn't know them yet. And I've heard such beautiful stories about how their closest friends participated in sharing this song for them. And it's my great, great honor, if I can get through it tonight, to sing this for them. This is Human Heart.
The courage of a dreamer, the innocence of youth, the failures and the foolishness that lead us to the truth, the hopes that make us happy, the hopes that don't come true, and all the love there ever was. I see this all in you. You are part of the human heart. You are part of all who took the journey and managed to endure. The ones who knew such tenderness, the ones who felt so sure, the ones who came before you, the others yet to come, and those who you will teach it to, and those you learned it from. You are part of the human heart. You are
love you more tonight. Part of the human heart. Congratulations to all of the honorees. Peter and Andrea, thank you for leading with your beautiful hearts. I love you, and I thank you for loving me.
Please welcome to the stage two-time Tony Award winner Sutton Foster.
Hi. That's me. Okay. I got nervous. Hello. Okay. I know Peter as a director and a teacher. I know Andrea as a classmate and a performer. And while they have wowed me in all of those roles, nothing has impressed me more than their excellence as parents. Their son, Hudson Flynn, who is here with us tonight, is a college sophomore, an award-winning award-winning filmmaker. Thank you. And except for his recent jail time, he's doing really great. Hudson, you are lucky to have Andrea and Peter as parents, as TheaterWorks is lucky to have them as artists and advocates, inspiring and inviting young audiences into the magic of theater. It is my pleasure to present my friends, Peter Flynn and Andrea Burns, with TheaterWorks USA Good Works Award.
Thank you so much for that, Sutton, and to all our friends who are here tonight. It's very moving. Though very few people here know this, almost 20 years ago, we gave birth to 2 children. In December of 2003, we were blessed by the arrival of our son, Hudson, and about 4 months later, he was joined by whom we call his little sister, Junie B. Jones. That was the first show on which our family collaborated with TheaterWorks, and we've been delighted, almost giddy, each time we've had the chance to work with TheaterWorks since.
Today, Hudson is a sturdy, and I rehearsed this. Hudson is a sturdy, creative 19-year-old on his way to a prolific career as a filmmaker. Yet Junie B somehow remains that tenacious, charmingly candid first grader she has always been. Perennially curious and passionately jumping into any opportunity to ask why and how. That she still visits stages across the country bringing self-expression and mischief to audiences nationwide is a testament to the good work that TheaterWorks provides.
This is the core of the TheaterWorks mission, to offer live theatrical performances that foster curiosity, wonder, discernment, and discourse. All the while, they create a professional playground for burgeoning writers, directors, and actors. As you've seen tonight, many Tony, Oscar, and Grammy Award winners got their start creating a TheaterWorks show. TheaterWorks is not only growing the minds of our children, they are also developing the skills of talented young artists.
And there are so many cousins, aunts, and uncles that have been nurturing dear Junie B and Percy Jackson and Ada Twist and so many other beloved characters. TheaterWorks artistic director Barbara Pasternak is that rare combination of the imagination of Madeleine L'Engle, the insight of Toni Morrison, and the chutzpah of Gloria Steinem. Michael Harrington manages to make all of the prolific, sensational work that TheaterWorks creates possible, tangible, and affordable. Each and every staff member of this beautiful organization brings their own personal belief that theater changes lives.
We are both very honored to receive this award acknowledging good work. We're even more gratified to be part of the good work that TheaterWorks is doing to build the future innovators and audiences of tomorrow. Thank you to our very gifted and generous friends who are here tonight, offering their time, talent, and resources. I have to say, the first show, when I moved to New York, the first thing I did was I went to see Once on This Island, written by Stephen Flaherty, starring Lillias White, and standing room tickets are what I can afford, and I was there every week watching the show, so to have him play that song for us was just beyond what you could possibly imagine. And Jason and Janet, this just meant so much to us. Many of them are living examples of the success of the TheaterWorks family tree.
And thank you all for being here tonight to ensure TheaterWorks continues to develop creative minds on stage and off. Our family is living proof. My work is clearer, stronger, and more effective because of my time at TheaterWorks, and so is our son's.
Thank you very much, and good night.
Thank you.
Please join me in welcoming to the stage Executive Director of TheaterWorks USA, Mr. Michael Harrington.
Keep that going for Andrea and Peter. They're tremendous members of the TheaterWorks USA family. So I'll add my voice to the thanks to everyone for being here. It's truly appreciated. First off, I am privileged to recognize someone who is not physically present in the room, but who is certainly present in our hearts. His wife, Anne, and one of his daughters, Allison, are here with us. And I'm referencing one of TheaterWorks USA's founders and its original managing director, Charlie Hull, who passed away just earlier this month. For more than 50 years, Charlie was dedicated to creating theater for young audiences that enlightened, educated, and entertained. And it was critical that it was accessible both geographically and financially. Through his efforts and under his leadership, TheaterWorks USA grew and thrived to serve cumulatively over 100 million children across this country. It is an honor to carry on his legacy of supporting the theater artists of today and inspiring the arts advocates and audiences of tomorrow. So thank you, Charlie. Now, as you've heard, providing an early career professional opportunity for actors, writers, composers, directors, choreographers, and designers continues to be an important part of our company's mission. It is one of our most celebrated contributions to the theater industry, and we pride ourselves on expanding the 21st century canon of theater created specifically for young and family audiences. Unlike Stop the World, I Want to Get Off. In support of that effort, I am pleased to share with you all tonight we have recently confirmed a generous donation of $250,000 that will establish a fund dedicated to new work development. The seed funding ensures a source of support to amplify diverse voices over the next 5 years and reach new audiences to provide that magical, often first-in-a-lifetime experience of live theater. Now, this fund and all of the money that we raise tonight are an investment in the next generation of theater makers and theater lovers. Together, we can be that source of encouragement for children across the country to find their voice, to practice creativity and empathy, to see the world with optimism and hope, and to embrace the potential of theater to bring people together for a brighter future. As I welcome our next guests to the stage, I encourage you to think about what theater and the performing arts mean to you and to the young people in your lives. Tonight, your support of TheaterWorks USA can and will make a life-changing difference. So thank you for your generosity. And so, without further ado, as Chuck Cooper said at the beginning, please welcome our friends from Stars in the House, Seth Rudetsky and James Wesley.
Okay, it's just me. No tears, people. It's so funny. James and I were saying whenever we are asked to do these types of events, we're like, the one thing we don't want to do is ask for money. And we have to ask for money. Or just I have to. We're only doing it because we love Andrea and Peter. But I'm telling you, the anxiety, if I only had 5 Xanax, I'd be taking them right now. Okay, so... God, I hate it. But we're going to do it because it's actually something important. It just gives me total anxiety. Turn page. Here it is. Okay, so there are a lot of ways you can donate. So first of all, if you're just like not in the mood to raise your hand, I know that the live stream goes all around the world. We actually have someone that watches in Germany live whenever we do Stars in the House, Isabel, and she sets her alarm. So normally we're at 8 o'clock, so she sets her alarm for 1:50 a.m. and watches. So wherever you're watching around the world, Isabel, that's you. You can actually text the donation right now. So what you have to do is text TWUSA. Not TWA. Anybody old enough to remember TWA? Get back to me. TWUSA. You text it to 61904. So basically put in 61904 and then text TWUSA, and that'll make you be able to donate from your phone. Don't send an inappropriate picture, people. Not cool. Okay, so TWUSA to 61904. You can also complete the cards on your table. You could just fill out. Hold on. Wait, that is hilarious. 61904. Wow. I'm following the script, people. Just Is this the blue script or the red? TV people? Okay, so wait. Is that which one is actually accurate? Do we know? Silence. Why don't you try texting both? So either you're going to send a lot of money to literally the NRA or to that. What? No, just see what happens. I don't know. That's the one that's accurate? Okay. So it's 61094, and you text that. Or you could be really cool and do a QR code. You could just hold your phone up to the, if you're watching right now at home, and you do the QR code. So that's the easiest way to do it, and no fuss, no muss. Okay, second of all, you can complete the cards on your table. So you just fill it out, and then don't do the thing where you can be I'm donating 1,000, and then give a false address. Not cool. So basically, fill it out, and on the way out, you can give a check, you can give your credit card, but that's another really easy way to do it. To make your gift, you can write a check. If it's a credit card, to run securely tonight, or fill out your contact information, accurate contact information for us to follow up tomorrow. If you need any help, just raise your hand, and someone will come over. Sutton Foster is willing to go to any table and help you out. So meet and greet with Sutton Foster at $10,000 at your table. You're going to see a QR code on your screen, but is it a little bit like The Ring? It makes me a little nervous. Anybody The Ring? So but just try it. Maybe you won't be killed through your computer. No gift is too large or too small, and every dollar can make a difference. Okay. Bad acting. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to start with a big amount. So we'll see who in the room is going to start with the big amount, and we're going to keep going down. But maybe there's somebody that really wants to do this. So TheaterWorks USA commissions aspiring writers and composers. By the way, they tried to commission me, and you actually have to work. And after a week, I was like, I can't do this. But the point is, the people that they do commission become successful because they're actually really good writers. So people like Jason and Steven, Kevin's going to be performing here, also starring now in Some Like It Hot. Pasek and Paul, Robert Kiki, they were all alumni here, and they actually fulfilled their obligation, whereas I opted out. So they're amazing. They create new musicals and plays. By the way, we're always still singing Junie B. Jones' own personal beeswax, obsessed with that show. Creating musicals and plays to expand the canon of theater for young audiences. Every $10,000 that we receive right now will fuel that pipeline. So basically, we're going to start with something giant. So who has a delicious $10,000 donation that they want to make? Because I love doing this so much, asking someone to donate $10,000. Literally one of my favorite things. So surely there's someone here that wants to commission an entire musical. If you donate the $10,000, you get to come up with what the musical is. So donate the $10,000. So you've always literally wanted to see a musical version of, and just pick the snooziest thing, but then see if they can make it work. Surely someone here has the delicious I've never seen richer people. So $10,000 to TheaterWorks USA. I'll give you one more awkward chance, and then I'm going to come back to it. I know you're waiting to see what's happening, but okay. I transposed, don't rain in my effing parade. All right, I'll come back to it, but look at my hostile face. No Botox. You see all the anger right there. Okay, then I'm supposed to banter. Do I have any fun banter that I can say? I will do, since we're honoring Andrea. Andrea, what should I tell them? What fun story do I have about you? Andrea's really mad because, I have a new book, Musical Theater for Dummies, out, and Andrea's in it, and she couldn't wait to read it. And it was all about how she broke her foot in Beauty and the Beast. To me, that's an amazing story, and I put it in. And the best part of the story is her mother was seeing it, and she had to leave during intermission because she had broken her ankle. And she was like, I don't know where my mom is sitting. I have to go to the hospital. What's going to happen? They're like, we'll find her, because basically it was before cell phones. It was like the 90s. She couldn't really call her. So we have a way to find her. And the stage manager was like, for Act 2, the role of Belle, usually played by Andrea Burns. And they scanned the audience, and they saw a woman stand up looking crazy with her hair like that. They're like, that's your mom. Anyway, that's in the book, because that's a great story. So Andrea, there you have it. That's why she's being honored. Okay, let's move on to $5,000. And by the way, the script writing of this math is incredible. 2 donors at $5,000 brings in $10,000. You guys, that's incredible math. So 2 donors at $5,000. So surely we can get 2 people to give $5,000. Who wants to give a delicious $5,000? Where's my first $5,000? Okay, you can stare at me all you want, but your hand also has to be raised. $5,000 to TheaterWorks USA, a delicious, create a brand new musical, and then if I team it with another $5,000, we'll have a full $10,000. There we go. Thank you. We have our first $5,000, which just pays for my hair and makeup. But when that's gone, we need the other $5,000 for the actual show. So can we team another $5,000? What's your name, dear? Tracy. So Tracy's giving us $5,000. Surely there's one more delicious 5K, as we call it in the auction world. 5K, anybody? 5K. And then we can at least say that we raised $10,000. Surely, you're taking a photo of me, devastated? Thank you. Okay, 5,000. Okay, so what's your name again? I tuned you out. What'd you say? Tracy? How am I going to remember that? Okay, so Tracy gave $5,000. I'm begging someone to match that $5,000. Anybody? 5,000? How about, by the way, I'm not looking at the comments and